Time now for Sid 6-0. This is where I had 60 seconds to talk. Start the clock, please. Here's what's on my mind this morning. Toronto Maple Leafs are over the NHL salary cap. You need to be under it. For now, it's fine. But come opening night, October 12th in Montreal, GM Kyle Dubas has to be under the cap. That's the law. And so far this offseason, he's gotten some serious help in reaching that goal. Mark Giordano, a Toronto native who made nearly $7 million last season, re-signed for $800,000. I cannot overstate how useful that salary cap number is for Dubas. But as Kyle is finding out, you can't always be that lucky. He now has a problem with restricted free agent defenseman Rasmus Sandine. His agent told Sportsnet's Luke Fox yesterday that, quote, negotiations are going nowhere, end quote. Leafs offered a 2-year, $2.8 million deal, no dice. The 22-year-old from Sweden wants more than that. Toronto's already $1.4 million over the cap. They need to make at least one trade as is. If they can't get Sandine signed, maybe more than that. Maybe. Sam Cosentino from Sportsnet, kind enough to join us. Sammy, the Sandine situation, look, he's 22. I respect anyone who says a 22-year-old kid you can't quit on. But if you can't sign him, you got to move him, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to. And I think the insurance policy that Kyle Dubas put in place for both Jordy Ben and Victor Mete, two older players that have accepted money that allows them at some point to be able to fill in that 6 or 7 spot. Listen, at the end of the day, right now, the way it's currently set up, Sandine is a bottom pairing guy. That's just the way it's going to be. And he hasn't done enough, in my opinion, so far to say, hey, I need more money than a Timothy Liljegren. For the long term, it's absolutely imperative that they get this thing done because he's the guy who's going to step into these roles that are going to be vacated by older players down the road. But for the immediate future, which is what Kyle Dubas and his crew is concerned about most right now, it just doesn't seem like it's going to work. It's a square piece into a round hole.
Sammy, I agree. And look, and again, I get Leaf fans being nervous about cutting loose a 22-year-old defenseman. But you and I both know there's been a lot of 22-year-old defensemen in this league who've looked a lot better at this point in their career, with all due respect, than Rasmus Sandine. Like, this isn't Bobby Orr here. You know, he's a kid. He's still learning. And you're right. He's bottom rung. Big picture, though, like I look at the situation and I think to myself, and again, as an individual, I have a lot of time for Kyle Dubas. He's a good dude. But Leaf fans don't want to hear that, and all they see is a cap that's maxed out. Kyle's kind of made his own bed here, hasn't he?
Well, I mean, of course, when you look at a team that's really top 4 heavy, such as is the case for the Toronto Maple Leafs, that's going to be an issue. But the thing that you can look beyond is, with all the gambling money and the influx of everyone being back and, being outside of COVID with no expectations that that's going to impact the game moving forward, salary cap is going to go up. So in my opinion, you take the 2-year deal that's offered to you, you wait for the Toronto Maple Leafs to make a move, and then at the end of that 2 years, hey, now you go and try and hit your home run. But in the meantime, this is a player that needs to continue to develop. He'd be given that opportunity if he were to sign right now. But quite frankly, that opportunity is not going to be afforded to him if he doesn't get it done.
10 seconds, Sammy. How does the Sandine situation end?
He probably ends up signing for the price that Kyle Dubas wants him, and they have to make a move to fit him in, and it probably works out exactly the way it should.
I'm with you. He has no real rights here, not even arbitration. He either takes the deal or he doesn't play. At 22, Sam, I'm with you. I think he plays. Sam Cosentino, Sports, and appreciate you, man. Thank you.